or bridges like the Tacoma Narrows in 1940, when a steady wind caused the deck to twist and collapse into the waters below. Whenever there's a big structural failure, there's always a detailed study as to its cause. Except on 9/11, when even the most basic motions were never explained in the official investigations, like the smooth downward motion of the upper floors in the towers, and all the outward motions. Acceleration and the net force are proportional in accordance with Newton's laws. And while the force may be invisible, the acceleration is not. If there's no acceleration, we say there's no net force, even though there can still be motion. The direction of acceleration is always in line with the direction of the applied force. We can also determine the sequence of applied forces, that is, which force must have come first to cause the motions observed. And even totally different objects that move in a similar path will also have the same direction of net force. So any objects that have similar accelerations will have the same direction and the same sequence of net force, and is independent of scale. Mathematical equations were developed to explain some of the basic motions in nature. Later, computer simulations, which are based on mathematics, were developed. But sometimes, if the equations are not applied right, it can result in wrong conclusions. Or, as Tesla said, "Today's scientists have substituted mathematics for experiments, and they wander off through equation after equation and eventually build a structure which has no relation to reality." And very small changes in the input parameters of computer models can have very different results. So any theory or simulation must be compared to experiment, which is central to the scientific method. Richard Feynman taught this.
If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are, who made the guess, or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. That's all there is to it.
And so, computer simulations must be constantly refined and allowed to run long enough until it matches reality. There are some very good simulations, and some really bad simulations because they don't run long enough, and of course, they don't match reality.
Which led to a single column, one column that had a large unsupported length. And that one column, the critical column, buckled.
But when asked, how could he be so sure the Building 7 model was accurate?
And to use a very